Okay. I guess the intro plays after this stuff. Let's see. Who are we going to be? Last time for the Spellblade run, I went with Blade uh, on a male character. I'm going to be doing female for the Dark Souls 2 Spellblade run. What do you think? Boy or grill?
Um, yeah, if you're going to be doing the role for Dark Souls 2, you might as well.
Oh, hey Sway. Actually, you could be the deciding vote. We're deciding whether to be a guy or a girl for Demon Souls. For Dark Souls 2, I have a female character already designed because I thought we'd be streaming that night, and then we ended up doing the Broop instead. Yeah, this is I think 2009 on the PS3, so graphics are uh, not what they are now. A female, okay. All right, we have to be sorcerer. I guess it'd be sorceress. Oh, it's just magician. Okay. Edit appearance. You get to choose. You get your choice of ethnic stereotype. We have Viking. I guess uh, default like generic Caucasian, Asian, and African, pretty much. Oh, that's actually random. Didn't generate something too bad there. Hey, Zeus. Let's see. Do we do anything? Actually, she looks about human. I don't mean that in a bad sense. I mean it's like a Souls, character actually doesn't look terrible. Uh, Female hairstyle. That. Yeah, the Demon Souls hairstyles aren't as bad as they later become. So I would let that go through and see if you have any opinion there. We can also do crazy anime hair in the hair colors in the custom like mode. No, we're thinking that. Let's. I don't really need to do that much touching up, huh? Yeah, actually, yeah, she looks all right. Um, yeah. Demon Souls I think has the most human like default look out of all the Souls games. I think it's because the options that you can put people through, aren't as broad as they are on the other ones. So when you start doing random, you don't get the crazy, mutants that you get in uh, Dark Souls 2, especially, or Dark Souls 1, where you get people like their faces caved in and stuff. That forehead. Uh, yeah, round it out a little bit. And then I think that is for. What does that do? Interesting. Kind of smush it in a little bit. And then let's actually do something kind of rare and trim the eyes down. I'll trim the eyes down a little bit. Uh, yeah, yeah, it's not bad for a couple minutes work. Yeah. I was talking uh, to a CJ once about the in his thread who mentioned the how long you're willing to spend in Slider Hell to make the perfect waifu. Okay, no worries, man. Well, Sway, you were talking to him. Did you have an opinion on any of the hairstyles and stuff I cycled through? I know you wanted to help out with the character creation for Dark Souls 2, and you ended up not being there for it. You can also change the hair and skin color if you want something like completely out there. Oh, and also, how's my voice sounding? I know there's not much game audio to compare it to yet. Yeah, I have the mic pretty much directly in front of me this time instead of evenly between us, like we do for brooping. So I'm probably going to come through a little louder and clearer, but if that's enough to be a problem or anything. How do okay? Well, you have one option for that. So she asked for longish. That's well, the ponytail or long. That's all we got. Uh, how, yeah, how do you make somebody a viewer list? Okay. Yeah, I will look into how to actually do a moderator and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if you have to go into um, go to the settings. Okay. Let's see. Not in there yet. Blue. Yeah. Let's go with kind of a green. Incredible Hulk. That's good. I think I've been making my characters too tan recently. Let's go, I guess, a little more pale on this one. That's kind of like sunburned. He's kind of got the raccoon, eyes going on. Ooh. Anyway, let's even that. That's kind of white. Looks like. Oh wow! I didn't even know you could mess with that, really. Hmm. Well, what? Going with the southern one and saying making her white? That's racist. Oh. Okay. I think. You want to make her blue? Okay. All right, blue, and I guess a little bit darker. I guess you want to take the red out of there, and then go back to blue. Yeah, there we go. Is that blue enough for you? No, no. Darn Twitch delay makes doing this all. Okay. Even if you didn't mean to, we saw blue mentioned a couple times. So we're going with blue. And what's a good hair color to go with blue? I guess we could do red and kind of shoot for the dark elves from like Oblivion and stuff. Oh, sorry, we want it more red if we're doing it that way. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you do prefer slightly tan, okay. Okay, we have blue with red hair, that's what we're going with. Okay. We are starting off with a magician. We have a little below average vitality, HP is a little low. Intelligence and magic are separate in this game. Magic is your magic damage and how. Oh, you want a pinkish hair? Okay, yeah, we can do that real quick. Color. Let's see. We want the maximum red and a little more of both of those, right? To even it out. I guess let's make these even. Okay, that makes us kind of a... That makes it more like an auburn. That's like an actual red. How would you get pink? I guess pink would be more of a lighter shade of purple. Yeah, there we go. So like that. Then endurance is your how much gear you can carry. Well, actually, I forgot. Demon Souls is the one game that actually tracks how much equipment you have overall. Basically even if you don't have it equipped, all the stuff you're carrying, counts against this limit. And that's based on your vitality, your hit point score. Endurance determines how much your weapons and armor count against you. And then you've got faith, which is your miracles. There we go. Is your miracle capacity and and how many miracles you know at a time, and how powerful they are. And then strength and dexterity are your attack stats. Weapon skill with one or both of them, and luck increases your drop rate basically. All right. Oh, I haven't chosen a name. In honor of her helping us out, we will call her Sway, unless she has a different preference. Yes, unless you have a name you would rather go with, madam. I think that covers about all of the basic stuff. Magicians also come with, I think, 2 spells known. They know they have the... Aw, okay. If this where the cutscene starts, I will mute my mic real quick and let it play out. Well, after it... There we go.
King Allant XII, by channeling the power of souls, brought unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valarfax of the Royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Allant had aroused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls also lose their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns. Valarfax spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force. And the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors were drawn to the accursed land, but none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Sage Urbane, Skurver the Wanderer, the 6th Saint Astraea and her knight Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
That is the question indeed. And yeah, since we've got some newbies in the chat, we will do the tutorial zone first. I'll probably skip most of it, or just run past most of it. But it is interesting to see how the Souls games have changed over the years. So yeah, Dark Souls 2, you don't actually fight a. Oh, she has the wizard gear too. It looks like. I guess that's a short sword. Yeah, the royal is a level 1 option, and I think they also start with the wizard gear, because it's not a distinct royal set.
The old one back to slumber.
Let's see. The big question is, okay, we do start with a shield. We will not be able to use it though. The Spellblade run restrictions. Okay, that is a short sword. All right. The Spellblade run restrictions are that I must always have a one-handed weapon, meaning something I qualify to use, in one hand, and then the catalyst in the other. Oh, we don't want to start off with the silver coronet either to boost MP. Harsh. So it's a magician. So the magician is actually a worse magician than the sorcerer. It is kind of. It's basically the spiritual sequel to the Soul series. Well, it's part of the Soul series, but not part of the Dark Souls series. Dark Souls 2 takes place after Dark Souls 1, but Demon Souls is a completely separate continuity. Well, let's start off with noticeably more HP than the Royal did, though, I'm pretty sure. You can see how the combat's a bit clunkier than it is in Dark Souls 2, or Dark Souls 1 or 2. One thing, too, is that the animations are really weird in this game, too, which throws a lot of people off. Like, for example, the R2, instead of just being one power hit, it actually kind of like lunge forward, a bit first. Now, these enemies are basically worthless to fight, so we're going to stop doing that. Okay. BRB. Grasses are... We don't have an Estus flask in this game. You just have these grass items to heal. And there are, I think, 5 strengths of them, each of them healing proportionately more HP. Until you get one of them that's basically a Final Fantasy elixir. Heals all your HP and whatever status effects you have on you. And those are pretty rare, and you can't ever buy them, of course, Can you not parry with your... Okay, you can parry with your bare hand, it's just a little bit trickier. Yeah. Yeah, timing's kind of weird on it. Yeah, parries work, parries, work just like they do in the other Souls games. It flings an enemy backwards, makes them more vulnerable, and you can do a riposte for bonus damage. I love how it's like they just go flying backwards with the force of your mighty backhand. But yeah, the timing is weird enough with bare hands. I'm not going to rely on it too much. In fact, we're going to go ahead and greet him with a fireball, and then hit him as he comes in. Yeah, more than basically, Demon Souls doesn't have poise per se. Let's soften him up a bit. Yeah, it doesn't actually have poise. If you hit an enemy, they either stagger or they don't, depending on the animation they're in. Some weapons pretty much protect you from them. Those are called they use the fighting game term hyper armor typically. You know, if a lot of the heavy weapons do that. You know, great axes and great swords. Of course, backstab still exists. Oh, I would have pointed out if I'd been able to get behind him. Oh well. I think the archers all have a fixed drop of the 3 crescent grasses, so they're definitely worth killing. Let's see, then it was this way. Then up here. You also notice that we get our stamina back very quickly in this game, but we do not get our magic restored. Yeah, the royal starts with a item that, or a ring that regenerates your MP, but we don't get it as a magician. So that we start off with a lot of spices, which is the healing item. Yeah, I think I'm going to have the... I may be able to get the timing down on that parry, but I'm probably not going to rely on it too much. It's probably better to dodge enemies anyway. Oh dear. If we're going to kill this guy, it's probably going to be with magic. Let's see, I'm probably going to need to use a spice to beat him. Okay. Gives me time to restore my MP anyway. Oh, I can't get past him on this side. Well, let's get past him on the other one. There we go. Oh, it got kind of intense there when he got against the wall. The trick with a lot of these enemies is knowing what side you can safely attack them on. Yes, so you are in the right chat. Alright, and... I got the wall broken there. On we go. We get a spare copy of the Grey Demon Soul this way, which is a shame because I think it only has one use to begin with. But yeah, for a lot of enemies, the trick is knowing like how they attack you. The attacks are so, you know, slow and deliberate in this game that, you know, they're actually kind of tricky to roll around compared to, especially if you're used to playing Dark Souls 1. And I guess I should have let the intro cinematic play. Yeah, we would have recognized him showing up to ruin our fun at the beginning, which I guess makes killing the Vanguard Demon canonical, because he is about to ruin our day. But first, you know, actually killing the Vanguard lets you run through here and get an extra batch of loot. Oh, no worries. And we get some material to start the... this one requires a crazy amount of these shards to upgrade. Basically, there are... weapons have 4 tiers. Well, the normal upgrade path is 4 steps. Oh, gotta let this go. It is not Sway's day. It travels pretty quickly and it may be hard to see on the stream, but that said, the Nexus traps you, our soul remains forever. And that's the hub area is actually integrated with the plot that we are in this gathering of trapped souls. BRB, okay, yeah, no worries. Deathbox, hey. Well, I am. He said, awesome to see people streaming the game. I'm glad to be streaming. It's I've been playing it a lot recently, and I've been thinking about doing a Souls Let's Play, all 3 games, and but I had trouble with the man-eaters at level 1. It's that I'm not quite good enough at it yet, so I figured I would do a different kind of challenge for this, and give it a try and see how it goes. You'll be seeing a lot of the Maiden in Black in this playthrough. We kind of owe her one, because she's the reason we're not, dead.
The Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria.
Cameraman really likes her too.
Thou canst not exit the Nexus, but each of the 5 archstones will connect them.
Yeah, so this game is kind of broken up into stages. There are 5 worlds. There are 6 archstones, or archstones. Yeah, they'd be in this case. I guess both apply technically. And yeah, every time you beat a boss and capture its soul, you turn human. Then it goes into a big mess of world and character. Well, not character tendency, but world tendency. We'll get into later. For now, the important thing is there are these 6 worlds we can go to. We can only go to one of them to start off with. So we're going to go to Tutorial Land. With the souls we got from killing the Vanguard demon, we can actually upgrade one of our weapons a bit, but I'm not sure if we're going to be going strength or dex in the long term, so I'm going to hold off on that for now. Instead, we're going to deposit them.
I'm Stockpile Thomas. When the Scourge came, I didn't know what hit me. My wife
and I'll try spacing out talking to the NPCs to not, drown. Take too much time doing this.
I would be happy to lighten your load and look.
All right. One really handy thing that a lot of people may not know, the first time you play it, is that shards that you give to Thomas to hold for you. And you need to do that because, as I mentioned earlier, that anything you carry counts against your weight limits. So yeah, that is that you definitely have to keep an eye on how much stuff you're dragging around. So yeah, we'll give him that. We'll hold on to the rest of our grasses, and I'm going to pop a soul here, and then buy that should tip us over over 700. Then buy 2 more fresh spices until we get the fragrant ring. That's the only way we're going to get more MP.
Baldwin, it's simple. In trade, I'll give you weapons. With your souls,
You got a living.
I can eke out a living.
I don't think he gives us anything good, particularly. Yeah, dagger, battle axe. Heater shield would be nice if we weren't going on a challenge run where we weren't allowed to use shields. So yeah, we'll just grab 2 of these.
You come back alive.
All right, off to Tutorial Land. Hey, welcome back, Zeus. Yeah, I forgot that the magician starts with flame toss instead of soul ray. That will make things interesting because it costs almost twice as much. I mean, it's better. I mean, for the kind of enemies we're up against early on, but it's like I'm pretty sure either one would one-shot all of the basic hollows, so it's just going to be requiring us to use more spice. Yes, ma'am, kablam. Welcome. That is an amazing username, I gotta say. Zeus, I did kill Vanguard, yes. That gave me the souls I needed to buy those 2 spices. I was doing basically no damage to him with a short sword, so I just strafed around his right arm and dodged a couple axe swings and then just blasted him to death. Oh, and you dropped your PS3 controller in the sink. Wow. So were you doing dishes and playing Demon Souls? That is dedication. I have beaten Demon Souls twice, Kablam, and I have just started this this playthrough. Gotta watch out for these guys. They love to pounce at you. The enemies also tend to attack a little bit more quickly in Demon Souls than they do with the same types of enemies in Dark Souls 2. All right, and there are like 8 of those buggers just hiding behind the slats and other places. You got to be on the lookout. Not quite enough to one-shot them. That sucks. Maybe I should have bought a stronger weapon after all. Like I think I mentioned in there, I've been thinking about going Dex primarily, because that. Oh, I guess it doesn't spawn as many Oh, there we go. Not quite far enough, yeah. Lots of crescent grasses. Yes, we ended up with blue skin and pink hair. I think we're inspired by the Dark Elves from Oblivion. Okay, excellent. Okay, the backhand is just long enough to finish them off after a hit. Nice, and we got the counter hit because it was a. This one has it's a little more primitive, but has the same kind of hit. Oh, there, nice. The same kind of hit rules as the other Souls games. In that case, because he was in an attack animation, hitting with a thrust attack did more damage. Interesting. That didn't work there. All right. And probably the best thing about playing a mage is you get to deal with situations like this. Otherwise, a bit of a pain. Nope. Not falling for that trap. Okay, so if I push them too far, then the attack won't go through. All right. Hey, Phoenix. The greatest anime of all time. Yeah, we have. Yeah, Sway's a bit of an anime fan. I would imagine that influenced her decision a bit. Oh, he ended up blocking that one. Alright. Oh. Okay. I probably could have just fireballed him in retrospect. But I was saving those for... There we go. If I just move up, yeah, I take a step forward and then I finish him off. Okay. Yeah, I'm used to just being able to one-shot these guys. So it's actually weird having to fight them. Yeah, exactly, Kablam. Yeah, he, she, either one. You'll have to correct me there. I mentioned that to people whining about health depleting in Dark Souls 2. When demons takes you straight down to 50 when you die. And yeah, as you can see from my health bar and how much damage these enemies are doing, that does not give you much room to work with. So if you're playing the game in soul mode, and there are ways to turn yourself human, of course. If you're playing the game in soul mode for the most part, yeah, you basically have to spend one of your 2 ring slots on the ring we'll be getting in this stage to keep your health at 75% instead of 50. Yep. Yeah, always got to save some fireballs for the ranged enemies. They tend to be put into places to challenge melee characters, but luckily we are not a pure melee character. Okay, so the R2 follow-up won't reach. It's good to know. The singular they. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I figured that if unless somebody is, going for the androgynous thing, they would prefer one or the other. So just leave it open. Oh, what am I? Who is shelling me? There's somebody over there. Oh, right, I forgot. That guy up top. continue. And I think that leaves us, puts us low enough on magic. Let's spice up our lives. This we'll have to come back for. And it's a good argument for going strength early on. That's a bastard sword, I believe. 1, 2. Hey, Ven. Welcome in. And yeah, basically, the only way to get your health back is to turn human again. Dark Souls 2, the sword would have clanged on the wall there and not done any damage. Yeah, you turn human by using an item, or by killing a demon, the boss of each stage. And here is our block breaking solution. How high up do we have to get? Yeah, right about there. And presto. Yeah, Bastard Sword's a lot of fun in this game. Oh, and yeah, this one won't hurt us, but there are some. I think like if the thing was on fire, the fire would continue to hurt us. I actually have died to flaming like cannonballs in I think 1.3. I was checking. Oh, okay, that went out good. That was enough to one-shot them. Excellent. We'll come back for that stuff later. Kablam agrees. Bastard Sword is his favorite in was it Dark Souls 1, but not as much in 2. Yeah, it's like a lot of people kind of hated on it, but yeah, I thought it was really good in Dark Souls 1. So everybody was pretty much on the Claymore bandwagon, but yeah, I had a soft spot for that one. Okay, we don't drop down there, do we? We can, yeah. Let's do... I think we go this way to get the Cling Ring, so we definitely want to do that first. Lots of fire bombs too. I forgot about that. I forgot there's two bundles of them. Haha, love that. Nice try, guys. Oh, these enemies. Racking up a fair few souls too. I forgot that. I remember the enemies being basically worthless for souls early on, but yeah, we're not doing too bad there. Don't forget about this. And what? There's a couple more bad guys, I think. Yeah, a couple more. I'm trying to see if I can hit him, maybe explode those barrels, but not going to happen. This will be fine. No plunging attacks, unfortunately, otherwise I would have followed him down. Nice, nice. And this is our Demon Souls, because the stages are so long and they're separated into just a handful of stages per world, rely a lot on checkpoints. And yeah, that's a Cling Ring. It basically gives us, I think it's like 65% of the health bar instead of 50. It's like, or 70, something like that. But that will, yeah, it's basically mandatory as long as you're in soul form. Zeus mentioned he thinks the multiplayer mechanics in the game are really weird compared to the later Soul series. In a couple ways, yeah, I would agree. The big thing is that, oh, I didn't mean to throw the firebomb there. The big thing is that they have the whole system of being in soul form. It means a lot more than being hollowed in the other games. There's actually a spell that turns a hollowed player alive. You know, if they just want to join you to turn alive again, and not actually play through the stage and help you out. All right, let's go help this NPC out. While he's talking, let me catch up on the chat.
A surprise indeed. Well, now that you are here, pray thee, fend off these dreglings.
Oh yeah, Zeus mentioned You can also, yeah, that's part of the whole soul form thing. Is if you invade as a black phantom and you kill the host, you turn human again there too. And yeah, completing a stage as a blue phantom ally to somebody will also turn you human. Yeah, like Blam said, if you Demon Souls, you didn't get the shortcut, have fun doing everything again, pretty much. Okay.
That was a bold jump. Well.
And this is probably the best ring in the game. Oh, I see a target-rich environment over there. Oh, they must have seen my plan there and scattered a bit. How can we... There we go. That should be good. Alright, I guess 2 of them. If I had the fireball spell, I could kill multiple ones at a time. Alright, how many are we left to? Just those 2? Okay, we can handle 2. I say as I then proceed to not handle 2. Alright. With all of them dead... He finally deigns to hop down and help us out.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria. Accept this as a token of my...
You can kill him to get an item that you can use in this stage, or help him out throughout every stage in Boletaria Palace. I think we're going to go the latter route, unless some of you have particular bloodlust.